Good evening and welcome to your Wednesday virtual pub quiz with NYC Trivia League and Quiz Night America. My name is Meredith. I am going to be your trivia host this evening. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weeks are, going smoothly and you're enjoying this beautiful weather if you're here in New York City. And however it is elsewhere, hope it's going well for you also. Come on over and get your team signed up for tonight's quiz. The website is quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. That is where you get your fully interactive virtual answer sheet. Once you get there, you're going to notice we're looking for some basic sign up details from you. This includes a team name, an email address, and then you'll find a drop-down menu in which you can let us know if you are or are not a part of the league. If you're in the league, fabulous. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not signed up for the league, that is totally fine as well. We want you to play regardless of your league status. You could be a first-time player. We want you to play with us here tonight. So come on over to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com to get signed up for the game. It is a fully interactive virtual answer sheet. And tonight we are going to be playing 4 rounds of trivia. Our first 3 rounds of the quiz are question and answer style rounds. And our fourth and final theme of the evening is going to be a picture round. So the majority of this quiz are those question and answer rounds. And here's how it is going to work. I ask you a question. As I ask the question, it will pop up directly on your virtual answer sheet at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com, so you can see the questions as I'm asking them. Some of those questions may have multiple choice options. The majority, if not all of the questions tonight, are going to be short answer questions. Enter in the response that you think is correct, and then please click the button that says Submit Answers before your 20-second countdown timer expires. Yes, that is right. There is a countdown timer, everyone. Please make sure you click Submit Answers before the countdown timer runs out. Let's say you want to change your response and you still have a little time left on the timer. Please go for it. Just make sure that you click Submit Answers again so that we receive your updated answer. In the event that you spell something incorrectly in one of your answers, do not fret. We have a great system in place to deal with such things. Typically, Trivia Peter is working behind the scenes and he will make sure that if you deserve to get a point, you get that point. But tonight, I'm flying solo over here, so I will be acting as scorekeeper as well. So please be patient with me if your scores need to be updated, and simply let me know kindly in the chat if you need anything to be addressed. So that is right, everybody. I will be your scorekeeper this evening. If you're just joining us, hello there and welcome. Come on over to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com to play our fully interactive virtual pub quiz. Yes, that is right. Peter is playing hooky tonight. He's actually running a Star Wars themed trivia event in person. So he's still working, but I wish he were here with us, but it's okay. So get signed up for the quiz. Our fourth and final theme of the night is the picture round, which does function differently than our first 3 categories. I'll explain that one in detail when we get to that part of the game. I do have 2 simple rules that I ask that you all abide by this evening. Our first rule, our most important rule: there is no cheating in trivia. Please refrain from looking the answers up. Why would you do that? I know you want to know what the answer is. I'll tell you what the answer is when the countdown timer expires. Kindly refrain from Googling anything or using any other reference materials. It is not in the spirit of what we're doing here tonight. Rule number 2, refrain from giving away the answers in the chat. That is it. That is all we ask of you. Outside of that, all is fair. So come on over, folks, to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com to get your team signed up for tonight's game. This is your last opportunity to get signed up before we dive into round number 1. And you all are going to be joining these teams From our first sign up, Team Cockroach, down to our most recent team to join us, the Book Club. Welcome to those two teams and every team in between. I wish you luck on tonight's quiz. Let's dive into round number one. Our first theme of the evening, we are talking all about, what is it? Let's see. Yellow. It was all yellow, like that Coldplay song. Let's do it, everybody. Round one, question number one, coming at you right about, hold on, in game mode. There it is. Now, round one, question one, here it is. SpongeBob SquarePants is absorbent, yellow, and porous, and lives in a pineapple under the sea in what aquatic city? Name that city where SpongeBob SquarePants lives. Your correct answer for number one, SpongeBob SquarePants lives in Bikini Bottom. Bikini Bottom. A clever name for a place. Most of you got it. 81% coming in with a correct response. Question number two. The wine brand Yellowtail is based in what country? Yellowtail, maybe you know what its label looks like. It features a kangaroo. It is an Australian brand of wine. Australia, your correct response for number two. Question three, it was all yellow. Lawman Bass Reeves, the story of the first Black U.S. Marshal, is the upcoming third spinoff of what TV series? Bass Reeves, a real life figure who is going to be portrayed by David Oyelowo. It is the third prequel or sequel. I think it's a prequel. It's Yellowstone. Yellowstone, your correct answer. They have two other sequel or prequel series that they have in the works. Well, probably stalled right now due to the writers' strike, but you know, there are ideas out there. A lot of Yellowstone shows. Here's question number four. The song Yellow by Coldplay was featured on what 2000 album? The true beauty of when I get to fly solo and see what you all put as your responses is I get to see some funny answers here, like generic album name or yellow play. Could have been. Your correct answer is Parachutes. Parachutes, the name of that album. It was a tough one. 25% of you got it, which was only 8 teams here this evening. Question number 5. Let your fingers do the walking was once the tagline for what directory, first issued in 1886? Let your fingers do the walking. Makes sense as you page through. The yellow pages is your correct answer. Everyone who submitted came in with a correct response there. We have a true social. Our sixth question in round number 1. It was all yellow is our theme for round 1. Let's check it out. Question number 6. Yellowstone Lake in Yellowstone National Park sits atop what type of geological formation that is a cauldron like hollow which forms after a volcanic eruption? Chi-Chi's Forever, I would have been very impressed if you had been around for the first edition of the Yellow Pages. That would be truly remarkable. Your correct answer here for number 6, Yellowstone Lake sits atop a caldera. A caldera is your correct response. 42% of you all got that one right. Our seventh question in this round. One of the prizes for what annual competition held on July 4th is the mustard belt, which is fittingly mustard yellow in color. I've got an answer for you all. The mustard belt. It's mustard yellow in color. You could win it in Coney Island if you wanted to compete. It's Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. Your correct response for number 7. You did quite well on that one. We've got 3 more questions in this yellow themed round. Then we're diving into something completely different. Here's question number 8. The Yellow River is the second longest river in China, while what is the longest river in China? The Yellow River, the second longest river in China. The longest is The Yangtze River. Yangtze, your correct response. So I've got some variety of spellings here. So sit tight a moment as I rescore these. Make sure that if I can tell what you're talking about, you get a point right now. All right, everyone who should have a point, I'm logging them. You should have it. 88% of you got it right. Here's question number 9. What Cape Fear and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation actress stars as the grown up version of the character Natalie on the TV series Yellow Jackets? Team 578, I did just check and it does appear as though you got the point for the hot dog eating contest response. Let me know if you need anything else. I do have an answer for you all for question number 9. That actress who was in Cape Fear and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, as well as Yellow Jackets, her name, Juliette Lewis. And this one happened to be my hint of the night. If you all follow me on Instagram at Trivia Meredith, you would have known that the cast of Yellow Jackets was coming up this evening. Hopefully, you studied up on those actors. I do give away a hint every single time we bring you a new quiz, so give me a follow at Trivia Meredith, and I'll help you out. I promise. Let's get into our final question of round number 1. The yellow flowering plant Hyperforin perforatum, used for centuries as an herbal medicine, also has what name? Because it blooms in June around the feast day for John the Baptist. That yellow flowering plant that is used in herbal medicine, you may also know it as Saint John's wort. Saint John's wort with an O, not an A. I don't know what the A would be. That sounds unpleasant. You did pretty well there. We've got 41% of you coming in with a correct response. And that does bring us to the end of our first round of the quiz. Let's check in with our standings, see how it's going thus far. It was a pretty tricky first round. We've got a tie in 9th with 8 points. J&J, Does This Smell Like Chloroform, Porch Turd 2, Deck Turd, Jackash Incorporated, and The Helsinki Syndrome. Tied in 4th with 9 points. Catman Don't, McClunky, Plants Make Love 2, Team 570, 8, Chi-Chi's Forever, The Rubber Yolks, and Team 578. Rubber Yolks and Team 578, as well as 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks. That trifecta, you're tied for the lead right now. You have perfect scores. 10 for 10 thus far. Very well played. Don't worry if you're not in the lead. We still have so much game left to go. We do private events, everybody, and we would absolutely love to work with you. I happen to be the coordinator of our private event, so you can reach out to me personally. There is my email address right there, meredith@nyctrivialeague.com. We host events for corporations. We also host personal gatherings like birthday parties or baby showers. If you have something coming up and you're looking for some entertainment, consider us. We have all kinds of different games that we offer. We can customize them to your interests. Hope to hear from you. There's my email one more time, meredith@nyctrivialeague.com. Our second round tonight, everyone, is in the category of I want my MTV. We've got 10 questions all about MTV. Some throwbacks here for you all. Let's do it. Round two. Question number one. Wild and Out and Short Circuits are both shows that were presented by what actor and comedian on MTV? Wild and Out and Short Circuits, both presented by Nick Cannon is your correct response for number one. Good start here. A little tricky. 54% of you got that one right. Question number two. When MTV launched in 1981, the first images shown on the screen were of the Apollo 11 mission, featuring a flag that said MTV. This later inspired the creation of what statue as the VMA trophy? That statue is better known as the MTV Moon Man or Moon Person, also acceptable here. If you put something that let me know, you know what it's all about, I'll give you the point there. Our third question in this MTV themed round. In 2013, who twerked on stage during a performance of Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines? That's at the VMAs on MTV. Certainly, by no means the inventor of twerking, but definitely a cause for it to be popularized as a term. It's a Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus, your correct answer. Ooh, so close to a social. 86% of you got that one right. Question number four. Eric Clapton's 1992 live album was the best selling live album of all time, and it was created on what MTV series that featured artists playing live acoustic versions of their songs? That series is called MTV Unplugged. Unplugged, your correct answer for number four. Our fifth question in I Want My MTV. Natasha Bedingfield sang the song Unwritten, which was the theme song for The Hills, while who sang the song Come Clean? That was the theme song for Laguna Beach. We've got some excellent guesses coming in. A Nelly Furtado, Pink, David Hasselhoff. But if you put Hillary Duff, you got that point. Hillary Duff, your correct response for number 5. Question number 6. Here it comes, I swear. What rhyming first and last names were given to animated character Daria's sarcastic best friend? Again, loving these guesses here. Specific shout outs to Moody Judy and Helen Mellon. Sassy Cassie, also excellent. Many of you knew that her first name is Jane, but only a few of you knew that her last name was Lane. Jane Lane. Your correct response for number 6, 29% getting that one right. Quite tricky. Question number 7. What Canadian comedian's series that featured the Bum Bum song ran for 3 seasons on MTV beginning in 1999? The Bum Bum song hit number 1 on TRL, everybody. It's by Tom Green. Tom Green, your correct response for number 7. How'd you do? Pretty tough. 49% got it. 3 more questions in I Want My MTV. Then we're moving on to something entirely different. Here's question number 8. At the VMAs in 2000, Tim Comerford, the bassist for what rock band with songs like Bulls on Parade and Killing in the Name, spent the night in jail after crashing the stage and climbing on the set when his band lost to Limp Bizkit for Best Rock Video. That band who lost to Limp Bizkit is Rage Against the Machine. Your correct response for number 8. Question number 9. At the 1992 MTV Movie Awards, what Dracula actor who appeared in Paula Abdul's Rush Rush music video won the award for Most Desirable Male? Apparently, that was a category in 1992. Most desirable male of 1992. Hopefully, if you play with us on a regular basis, it clicked in for you that this was a moment where we were Keanuing you. It has happened. Keanu Reeves is your correct response for number 9. And we are on to our final question in this MTV themed round. Here it is, question 10. The premise of what MTV reality dating show involved suitors going into their potential dates' homes and examining their belongings, usually with a black light? In the early 2000s, MTV had a real wild series of dating shows like Next and Date My Mom, and this one, which was called Room Raiders. Room Raiders, your correct response. 31% of you all got that one right, which is 11 teams here tonight. And it does bring us to the end of round number 2. Hope you're having a great time thus far. We're at the halfway point. Let's check in with our standings thus far. We've got a tie right here for 14th place with 12 points. Busted by the traffic cam. J&J, LVL. Does it smell like chloroform? Luke Ass. Winning is overrated. The Quizlamic State. And Team Cockroach in 15th place right now with 11 points. The Helsinki Syndrome tied in 8th with 16. Trivia Rodrigo, the Schmuckiest Nando, and Jack Ash Incorporated tied in 4th place with 17. McClunky, Porch Turd 2, Deck Turd, Plants Make Love 2, and Team 578 in 3rd right now with 18 points. Team 570 8 in 2nd with 19 points, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks, and in the lead, all on their lonesome, the only team right now to have a perfect score 2 rounds in, 20 for 20, the Rubber Yolks leading the pack. Well done, the Rubber Yolks. Our next quiz, everybody, is coming up on Monday next week. We will be right here at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. That is Monday the 15th. And we'll have our regular quiz on Wednesday next week as well. Hope very much to see you all then. Also, as an update, if you are the movie quiz players, the movie quiz is on hiatus right now as it had the season finale last week. I did see McClunky is playing playing here tonight. Chris, if you have a start date for the next season yet, let us know in the chat. Also, if you don't yet, that is very understandable since that season just wrapped up. But the movie quiz will be back at some date to be determined. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Let's get into round number 3. Our third category this evening is questions about questions. A question will either pop up in the question or in the answer. Here's number 1. George and Martha are a middle-aged couple with a contentious relationship in what 1962 Edward Albee play, whose title references the author of Mrs. Dalloway? That Edward Albee play is called Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Let's see how you did there. We had people saying that Virginia Woolf was doing other things besides scaring people in their answers. So hopefully you put that people are afraid of Virginia Woolf for that point. Here's number 2. Named one of Rolling Stone magazine's 500 greatest songs of all time, what song by Pixies is prominently featured in the 1999 movie Fight Club? That song by Pixies is Where is My Mind is your correct answer. Where is my mind? Hopefully, right on that question. You knew it. Our third question in this round. Wo ist Walter is the German version of what series of children's books by Martin Handford, first published in 1987? Wo ist Walter is the German version of Where's Waldo? Or if you're British, where's Wally? 86% of you got that one right. Our fourth question in this questions about questions themed round. Question number 4. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Is a late 19th century painting by what French post-impressionist artist? The painting was completed while this artist was living in Tahiti towards the end of his life. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? A lot of questions in this title. It is a painting by Paul Gauguin. Gauguin, your correct response for question number 4. Let me make sure no spelling errors got through here. It looks like if you wrote Gauguin, regardless of how you spelled it, you got that point. Here's question 5. Early in their acting careers, Ryan Gosling, Jay Baruchel, and Nev Campbell all appeared on what horror anthology series that premiered on Nickelodeon in 1992? Loving seeing your answers. Is this appropriate for children? Could have been. Fits the category with the question, or maybe goosebumps with a question mark. Your correct response is, are you afraid of the dark? Are you afraid of the dark? Loved that show. So spooky. Question number 6. Real Love and You Remind Me were some of the singles off of what R&B artist's debut album What's the 411 in 1992? To the teams who put Usher, you're not alone. He did have a song called You Remind Me, though it came out quite a bit later than this album, which is by Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige, your correct response. 40% of you got that one right. We've got 4 more questions that are about questions. Here's number 7. A remake of the 1996 Japanese movie, what 2004 rom com stars Richard Gere, who spontaneously takes ballroom lessons with Paulina, who is played by Jennifer Lopez? Ballroom Lessons with Paulina. What's the name of this movie? This movie that stars Richard Gere, Jennifer Lopez, and Susan Sarandon is called Shall We Dance? Shall We Dance? Your correct answer here. So many close ones like, Will you dance with me? May I have this dance? Oh, you were on the right track. Our 8th question in this round. Signature phrase for Alfred E. Newman, the mascot for what humor magazine that ran from 1952 through 2018? What? Me? Worry? A signature catchphrase for Alfred E. Newman of Mad Magazine. Mad Magazine, your correct response. Everyone who submitted got that one right, which at this point in the quiz, 86%. Well done. That's a social. Question number 9. Saturday Night Live cast member Mikey Day hosts what Netflix baking competition show based on a viral internet meme about everyday objects not being what they appear to be? What's the name of that show? Again, so many of you circling around the correct answer. Cake or fake, honestly, is what the show should be called, I think. I like this one. Object or cake? It's actually called Is It Cake? Is it cake? Your correct response. We are on to our final question in this Questions About question round. Here it is, number 10. In 1984, Clara Peller said what three-word phrase in a famous television commercial for fast food chain Wendy's? An excellent way to end the round. Everyone who submitted knew that that Wendy's catchphrase was "Where's the beef? Where's the beef? We've got another social." That brings us to the end of round number 3, and we've got one round left in tonight's quiz. Let's check in with our standings as we head into the finals. Currently tied in 12th with 23 points, Catman Don't, the Quizlamic State, and Team Cockroach. In 11th with 24, the Helsinki Syndrome. Tied in 6th with 25, Trivia Rodrigo, the schmuckiest Nando. Porch Turd 2, Deck Turd, Jackass Incorporated, and Plants Make Love 2. Tied in 4th with 27, McClunky and Team 578. In 3rd right now with 28, Team 570. 8. In 2nd place with 29, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks, and holding on to that lead, continuing to have a perfect score 3 rounds in, 30 for 30. It's the Rubber Yolks. So well done, the Rubber Yolks. Oh, we've got a story about the Wendy's drive-thru given 2 buns and no meat, and they didn't say it. Chris, how is that even possible? I'm upset on your behalf. I cannot believe that. We are moving into our final round of the night here, everyone. First, I would love to draw your attention to these donation widgets that you can find down at the bottom of your page. We've got a Venmo link, a credit card link. Your help is always very much appreciated. So consider a donation tonight to give thanks for this quiz. I hope you're enjoying. Our final round of the evening is the picture round, as per usual. And tonight, our topic is orange characters. We started the quiz talking about yellow, and we're wrapping it up talking about orange. In this round, you will see 10 images of orange characters. It is your job to name the character based on the image. On your answer sheet, you'll be able to see all 10 images back to back. Each of them will have a number inside of the picture, 1 through 10, and underneath the 10 images are 10 numbered blanks. Enter in the name of the character on the corresponding numbered blank. So yes, order is important in this round. And make sure that you click the button that says submit answers to send all of your responses over to me. I'm going to give you all 5 minutes to work on this round. When those 5 minutes wrap up, we will come back together, go over the correct answers, and then conclude the quiz with a tiebreaker question. All right, everybody, let's get into it. You have 5 minutes on the clock. Please name these orange characters. We are about halfway through the picture round. Hope you're having fun identifying these orange characters. Reminder to put your answers in the correct order, and don't forget to click that submit answers button. I'll check back in with you all in another minute and a half. We are almost there, everybody. I'm going to start that countdown timer any moment now. If you haven't submitted your responses, make sure you do so. I've got some answers for you all for these orange characters. Let's see how you did. Image number one, you know him from South Park. That is Kenny McCormick. Image number two, that is Cubert from the video game Cubert, also featured in Wreck-It Ralph. Number three, that's the Lorax. Number four, that is Shere Khan from the Jungle Book. Number five is the Pokemon Charmander. Number six, from a book of this name, that character is called Mr. Tickle. Mr. Tickle. Our next image here, number seven, that is Cat Dog. Number eight, that is Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars. Number nine, from the Mario universe, that there is Princess Daisy. And number 10, from the wonderful movie The Last Wish, it is Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots, your correct response for number 10. Okay, folks, that brings us to the end of this round and on to cancel Mr. Tickle. Yeah, I think I can support that. We are on to our tiebreaker question, everybody. As always, the tiebreaker is going to have a number as an answer, and your goal in placing your response to that tiebreaker is to guess as closely as you can to the correct number. So that means you can guess over or under the number. In the event that you are part of a tie, whoever is closest is going to break that tie. All right, here is your final question of the night. Give us your best guess. How many episodes have aired of the Comedy Central animated comedy South Park? The animated comedy series South Park has been on for 325 episodes. 325, your correct answer for the tiebreaker. That brings us to the end of the game. Reminder, everybody, our next quiz is coming up right here on Monday, which is already May 15th. We'll be here at 8 o'clock Eastern Time at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Reminder on your answer sheets, you do have those donation widgets. Help us out if you're able. Tips always very much appreciated. Let's get into our final standings of the night. Finishing up our quiz this evening in, no doubt, a tie as per usual for 19th place with 28 points, busted by the traffic cam, and winning is overrated. In 15th with 29, we have a tie between J&J, Team Cockroach, The Next Orchestration, Luke Ass, and Avis and Bobo. In 13th, we have a tie with 31, the Quizlamic State and Team Cockroach. Tied in 11th with 32, Catman Don't and Plants Make Love 2. Tied in 8th with 33, Oh Trivia Rodrigo, Porch Turd 2, Deck Turd, and the Helsinki Syndrome. In 7th place tonight with 34, the schmuckiest Nando. In 6th place with 35, Jack Ash Incorporated. In 5th place with 36, McClunky. In 4th place tonight with 37 points, Team 578. In 3rd place with 38 points, Team 570. 8 in a tie for first place tonight. It came down to the last round here. How exciting. No perfect scores here tonight, but these two teams only missed one the entire evening. Congratulations go to the Rubber Yolks, and 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks. We will post the results of our tiebreaker tonight over on our Instagram at NYC Trivia League, so keep an eye out over there to see what ended up happening tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. Hope you had a great time. Thank you to Peter, even though he's not running the game here tonight. He usually does, and doing his job shows me that it's a lot of work that he's doing behind the scenes. So I appreciate him, and I'm sure you all do as well. Thank you so much to Cullen for making this game possible, and thank you to Mur for creating the quiz that you for creating the software that you all played this quiz on tonight. Well, there we go. I'll see you all on Monday, I very much hope. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week, and hope the weekend is lovely for you as well. See you soon. Good night.